Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officers at 24/7. My name is Amanjot, and I am here with all of you to discuss the another session on the Indian economy and Indian financial system. So, before starting the section, a very good morning to all of you, and do let me know is audio, video both are okay. Are we good to go? So, those candidates who have already joined us, do let me know is audio, video both are okay. Good morning, Rohan. And there's a request from all of you that do share the session on the Telegram channels and WhatsApp group wherever you are linked with your friends and colleagues who are preparing for the JAIIB 2023 exam. Okay, so let's just start the session. Before starting the session, if you have not downloaded the 24/7 application yet, then do download the application. And here you will find the content and the batch details which are going to come in the for the JAIIB 2023 or the CAIIB 2023. Now, if you have not subscribed the channel Officers are at 24/7, then do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be given to you. Right? Good morning, Krish. So let's just start. Before starting the session, this is the topic of today, that is the types of poverty. Acha, we have discussed the poverty in the last session that happened on yesterday, because on Sunday we have practiced the questions on economics, right? So first of all, do let me know what is poverty. So I have explained poverty. Do let me know what is poverty. Then we are going to discuss about the types of poverty. So do answer me what is poverty. Till then, I will tell you about the offer which is going on right now. So 81% off with the double validity is going on all the Maha packs which are available on the 24/7 application. Do answer me immediately what is poverty. If you don't know, if you have not joined that particular session, do let me know that also. Okay, you just simply write don't know so that we don't have to waste time. We will come up with the, we will continue the session. Okay, so do make sure you let me know. So if I talk about the JAIIB, CAIIB Mahapak, it will be covering all the live classes. It will be covering all the test series, ebooks, everything. All the batches which will be planned on the application for the JAIIB and CAIIB and bank promotion exam, that will be an upload. That will be enrolled in your account also if you are enrolled in the JAIIB, CAIIB Mahapak. And if you want only JAIIB Mahapak, that is also available. It is valid for 1 year and it is valid for 2 years, and it will be covering the CAIIB also. So if you do the cost benefit analysis, so after around paying 10,500, you don't have to pay this amount. After paying 10,500, you will be getting 2 years validity with the JAIIB and the CAIIB, all batches, all the test series, all ebooks, everything. So after investing your money in the JAIIB, CAIIB Mahapak, nothing else you have to invest for. Okay, till your exam till your exam will be cleared. Where one can't afford basic necessity of life, very good. Poor family, food, clothing, shelter, basic education. Okay, so very good. When we talk about the poverty, what is poverty? Poverty simply means when a person is unable to fulfill his or her basic needs because he is not capable of fulfilling the needs. He don't have that much money that he will fulfill his basic needs. That is known as your poverty. That is known as what? That is known as poverty. So poverty is a state, poverty is a condition in which an individual person is unable to afford the basic needs. Now, what are the basic needs? Food, shelter, clothes, primary education, clean drinking water, sanitation. All these are the basic needs of a person. But if the person is not able to fulfill these needs because he is not able to afford it. Let's say, for example, I am working, I am earning a certain amount of money, but still I am poor. Why? Because the money which is required to buy the basic needs is not what I am earning. So I am earning a less amount of income, but the value of the basic products or basic necessity of mine is high. So I am not capable of affording them. So I will be known as the poor person. Okay, that is the poverty. Lack of financial resources and essentials. Very good, Krish and Rohan. Now let's just start with the types of poverty. So there are two types of poverty. First, we have absolute poverty, and second, we have relative poverty. There are two types of poverty, absolute and relative poverty. Now, if I talk about absolute poverty, it has given us a certain number of certain monetary number, that if you are capable of earning this amount of money, so you are not poor. Okay, because you will be capable of fulfilling your basic needs if you are earning this amount of money. That is the absolute poverty. Like when a person when a person is capable of earning a certain income which has been given under the absolute poverty, it means he is capable of fulfilling his or her needs. It means that person will be outside the poverty. But if he or she is not able to purchase that for goods and services, then it will be absolute poverty. The absolute poverty will be defined as per the income level according to the income affordability. Affordability will be checked, and when the person is not capable of affording or unable to afford the basic needs of his or her own, then that person will be known as absolute poverty. Okay, absolute poor. Now, relative poverty is a very interesting concept. When we talk about the relative poverty, it is related to others. When you compare yourself with the other persons of the society, with the other section of the society, that is known as relative poverty. Okay, so when you are comparing yourself with the other persons, and after comparison, you find out that your income level or your living standard is low in comparison to other section of the society or other person from whom you are comparing yourself, that is known as relative poverty. So the comparison will be done here. Comparison will be done here with society. And after comparison, if you find out that your income level is low, your standard of living is low, now that means you are a relative poor. Okay, it means that you are a relative poor. Let's take an example here. For example, there are two people A. So there are three people A, B, and C. Their basic need is to have a food. Okay, their basic need is to have a food. So A is having a food 1500 per plate. B is having a food 100 rupees per plate, and C is not able to afford the food. Okay, if I talk about apart from food, if I talk about transportation, so A is having a personal vehicle. A is having a personal vehicle. B is using the public transport. B is using public transport. Or C is not able to have any public transport or use a personal vehicle, anything. So he has to go with the 11 number of Gadi. Okay, let's say like he has to go with the himself. So these are the three people. Can you guess who is relative poor and who is absolute poor? Can you tell me, is A is a relative poor or absolute poor? What about B and what about C? Out of these three, who is relative poor, and out of these three, who is absolute poor? Answer quickly. To whom you will call it absolute poor and the relative poor? A, B, and C. Answer quickly. Which of these three are absolute poor and relative poor? If you don't know, if you have not understood the concept, then also let me know. I will explain again. But answer quickly. C is absolute poor. Sushri is saying, okay. What about rest? B is the relative poor. Okay. So it's a very simple concept. I have explained you that the person who is not capable, who is unable to fulfill his or her basic need, that person is known as absolute poor. And the person who is capable of fulfilling the basic needs, when he compares himself with the other persons of the society, he finds himself poor. That is known as your relative poverty. So C definitely is the absolute poor. C is absolutely absolute poor because he is not able to fulfill his needs. But when I talk about the B is relative poor. B is relative poor in comparison to A. So if you see only B, you can't say B is a poor person because B is fulfilling his or her need. But when you compare B with the A, so you find out that the B is a relative poor. Somehow it also possible that there is a D person who is having 2000 rupee per plate food and he is owning like 2 to 3 vehicles. Okay, he has 2 to 3 vehicles. It means when you compare D and A. So you will find A is also relative poor, because in comparison to D, A have a less money to spend on the food. A has a less personal vehicles and etc. So A is also can be known as a relative poor when he is compared with the other persons, and you find out that his level of income or his standard of living is low in comparison to other. So can I say that relative poor will always be there in the economy? Can I say that the relative poverty will always remain in the economy, because every time some person will be there, some family will be there who have a less living standard or who have a less income in comparison to other family or other person? Can I say that the relative poverty will always be there? Yes or no? Answer me. C is absolute. Everyone is saying C is absolute. No, B is not absolute. How you can say B is absolute? B is able to fulfill his needs. Na? His needs was food and like convenience. He is capable of doing that. He is capable of purchasing those goods. So B is not absolute poor, Santi. B will be your relative poor in comparison to A, and C will be absolute because he is not able to fulfill his needs. Okay, do understand the concept. Yes, we can say that, right? So let's understand what is absolute poverty. So I hope example is clear to all of you. Now the definition will be very easily you can understand. So absolute poverty is also known as extreme poverty. When a person is extreme poor, that he is not able to fulfill his needs, that is known as absolute poverty. So this concept measures the poverty only in relation to the amount of money necessary to meet the basic needs such as the food, clothing, shelter, safe drinking water, education or healthcare. So we are saying that this concept of poverty talks about the money which is required to fulfill or which is required to purchase all these basic needs. So absolute poverty is often known as substantial poverty, since it is based on the assessment of minimum subsistence requirements such as food, clothes and shelter. When we talk about subsistence, it means we are talking about the basic need. Hana, we can say this is the basic need, the core need of a person. So it is the kind of thing, it is the kind of poverty which is talk about the subsistence poverty, because the person is not able to person is not able to fulfill the minimum basic requirements such as food and etc etc. So this is known as absolute poverty. Okay, so those who belongs to absolute poverty tend to struggle to live. It is very obvious now. When you are not able to purchase the food, whenever you are not able to purchase the shelter in on your head, it means you are struggling to live. You don't have money every day so that you will able to eat something when you are hungry. So those people who are under the absolute poverty, they struggle to live and experience a lot of child deaths because from preventable disease like malaria, cholera, water containment related disease, etc. So they are living in a certain area which is not have a proper sanitation facility, that does not have a proper drinking facility, not have a proper housing facility. So their children, the death of their children are a lot more in comparison to other persons who have these basic needs. So it is very obvious that you are not able to give nutrition to your child, you are not able to give food to your child, you are not able to give clean drinking water to your child, the clean sanitation facility to your child. So that's why the death has been seen often, the deaths will be higher in comparison to other families, and the people are struggling to live, people are struggling to survive in the country or in their life. That is known as absolute poverty. Right now, second is relative poverty. So you can see here that the relative poverty compares the lowest segment of population with the upper segments. So you are comparing always, whenever there is a comparison between two sections, two societies, that will be known as relative poverty. Okay, that is known as relative poverty. Now it is defined from the social perspective that living standard compared to the economic standards of population living in surroundings. Right, so it is defined from the social perspective, that is living standard. Okay, you are defining the poverty from the social perspective, like from the society, from the point of view of society. So living standard compared to the economic standard of population living in surrounding. So your living standard will be compared with the people who are living around you. Okay, now hence it is a measure of income inequality. One person is earning 1,000 rupees per day, another is earning 10 rupees per day. So the 10 rupees per day person is known as relative poor. Okay, so this is what the income inequality talks about. This is checking the standard of living of the people by comparing them. So this means that there will always be a family living in relative poverty. That's we have discussed that always there will be a family who is living in a relative poverty, even if they have a very high living standard, unless everyone has almost exactly the same income. So unless if everyone having a same level of income, till then relative poverty will always be there in the country, and having a same income with for everyone is a kind of myth. It is not possible to happen at the global level, at the national level. So that's why every time there will be a family who is living below or who is living in a relative poverty. Okay, so one important thing, you guys have been heard about BPL, right? Below poverty line. You all have heard about BPL, that is below poverty line. The person who are under the absolute poverty are known as the below poverty line persons. Okay, the persons who are in the absolute poverty, they are the part of the below poverty line society, or they are the below poverty line persons. Clear? Let me know relative poverty and the absolute poverty. Clear to all? Let me know immediately both the types of poverty is clear to you or not. Meanwhile, I will tell you about the offer. So the JAIIB batch is going to start from 16th of December. That's a new target batch, or that the first target batch of JAIIB going to start from 16 December. As you know, there are 4 subjects. Syllabus is very vast. Negative marking is there. So we have to be very active to prepare our subjects. Okay. So right now, 81% off is going on. If you use a code Y496, this benefit will be for you. Now the target batch will be covering 4 subjects, bilingual, English medium. Both batches are starting from the 16th of December. Okay, and these are the mentors who are going to guide you in the bilingual and English medium batches. Now apart from that, the double validity with the 81% off is going on all the Mahapacks of the JAIIB, CAIIB. The code you have to remember is Y496. So you can enroll here. Acha, if you know someone who is preparing for the CAIIB and they are looking for a batch, the resource from where they can cover their CAIIB, do let them know that the CAIIB batch has started from 9th of December already, and that is available in the Mahapack. So Mahapack have a more benefits for you because it cover all the conceptual classes related to revision, live class, video course, test series, MCQ classes, case study batches, e-books, everything will be available in the Mahapack. So they can enroll in the CAIIB Mahapack. It will cover 9 December batch, apart from all the upcoming batches till the next 1 year, because double validity is going on. Similarly, if you want to enroll, the best option for you will be double validity on the JAIIB and CAIIB Mahapack. Okay, that will be there in the JAIIB and CAIIB Mahapack. 2 years validity will be there. So if you enroll in the JAIIB, CAIIB Mahapack, trust me, you don't have to invest any other money, any money of yours, more money of yours, till you qualify the CAIIB. So 2 years is more than sufficient to qualify the JAIIB as well as CAIIB, and all the things which is required to qualify the paper, clear the paper, is available in this Mahapack. Okay. So how to enroll? You just have to go to the website. Okay, and on the website you will find the JAIIB, CAIIB section here. That is here. Acha, 1% additional discount is available on the application. So if you have not downloaded the application, download the application, because 1% additional discount will be available there. Timing has not decided yet. As soon as the study plan will be prepared, I will be coming up with the session in which I will tell you that which mentors will be there in the batch, and as well as what are their timing and what will be our study plan. I will be taking session on that. Okay, Sushri? So if you want to go with the target batch only, this is where you have to go on the JAIIB 2023. If you want to enroll in the Mahapack, this is the JAIIB, CAIIB Mahapack. Click here. You can see double validity is going on. Click here. And all the details, read. It will cover JAIIB as well as CAIIB. It will cover the CAIIB elective paper also. So you have to click on the buy now. When you click on the buy now, you enter a code Y496 and click enter. So when you enter, you can see 80% off it is showing. But on the application, I have told you, you will get 1% additional discount, right? So that 1% additional discount will be available on the application by using the coins. So you can see double validity is there, right? Both JAIIB, CAIIB will be covered here. So you don't have to invest any other money. So the offer will remain till 12 PM today only. After that, the offer will be 78% off only, and there will be no double validity remained. So that code will be Y496 to enroll in any kind of product on another 24/7 application. Okay, So this is the whole detail. I hope it is clear. So do make sure every day morning at 7 a.m. and every day morning at 8 a.m. you are be there on the YouTube session, because I am taking in the morning 7 a.m. the PPB, and the 8 a.m. morning that will be Indian economy, Indian financial system. So we know the batch is going to start from 16th of December, but now we are covering the certain concepts related to the Indian economy and the PPB. So do not forget to join these two sessions every day. Also, if you know someone who is preparing for the JAIIB, do let them know that these are the sessions that is going to help them in qualifying the JAIIB 23, and also let them know about the Mahapack validity that is available till 12 p.m. or the target batch, which is starting from the 16th of December. Okay, and also if you know someone who is preparing for the CAIIB, let them know that the CAIIB batch has started from the 9th of December. Clear? So this is all from my side. Thank you so much for joining the session, and thank you so much for being active in the session. So let's meet tomorrow at the same time at 7 a.m. Okay, and then 8 a.m. for the Indian economy, Indian financial system. So take care. If you are new to the channel of Office Assistant 24/7, do not forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be given to you. Last but not the least, have a very good day. Take care.